Hello, welcome to Life Around the Koi Pond. Can anybody notice any difference with our pond? Yeah, there is no plants anymore. The troughs have gone that were full of plants. I'll show you where they are. They're in our temporary barrel. There they are. Lovely umbrella grass. Got a nice little trickling tap there, so I'm sure they'll be quite happy in there. Happier than in the pond, surrounded by salt. I've got to show you that. Just look at that beautiful plant. Look how blue it is in our little wheelbarrow. That was a little car boot bag and that. Cost us £5. An old man had made it and he'd had it in his garden for years. He decided to sell it on a car boot. We bought it, stuck a plant in it, and look at it. It's absolutely beautiful. So, yeah, well, as Jamie said on the last video, we decided to salt our pond. We was going to leave it at 0.01%. But we did a bit of research, spoke to a few professionals, and decided ourselves to put it at 0.03. And the reason being, we believe, after speaking to people who do salt their ponds and have done for a lot of years, is that the benefits start to happen once you get to 0.03%. So at 0.1%, it's a therapeutic dose, which is good for stress. It's good for some bacterial issues. And it keeps slugs and snails at bay. But 0.03%, which is what we've got this at now, is it's good for something called the osmotic pressure. And what I've learnt about that is, if I get it right, is the fish is made up of its own natural salts. And when a fish, koi, is swimming in a pond with no salt in the water, its body works hard because of the difference between the amount of salt in the fish and the amount of salt, obviously none, in the pond water. Now, they don't blow up and burst, I read, because they release the water through urine into the pond. Now, when you salt the pond and try and make it as similar to the fish's salt content as you possibly can, it makes the life of the koi a lot more easier to manage. And if they've got an ailment or an illness, it gives them chance to rest their body and recover. It's like our little swim bladder friend in here, Goldie, struggling to reach the top. Now, the salt should do him a lot of good and make him better, hopefully. The salt de-stresses the fish. And also, I'll just put that out there. I know koi are freshwater fish before anybody's thinking it or is about to say it. Of course they are. Salt to me is a treatment, and it's not sea salt. So, no wisecracks like, I'll have vinegar with me haddock, please, and all that. Because we are adding pond salt, which is made to add to a pond, as a treatment, in my opinion. Now, people add treatments all the time. People add poisons to their pond, which is what salt can be. If you use too much, it can be toxic to fish if you use too much of it. But just like any other treatment, it's poison. At the end of the day, it's there to kill parasites. It has side effects. It knocks your filters back, which then can rise the nitrite. You could get ammonia spikes through not having your biological filter working properly to withstand the waste in your pond. I mean, that's why they say cut down on the feeding. But still, treatments come with problems. Pond salt, there are no side effects. You know, I suppose the only side effect, if you like, is getting it out, which would take time and dilution. So filter cleaning once a week, well, twice a week lately, but once a week as it gets into the colder months. The pond drops a good lot. You're topping it up. You're diluting the pond, diluting the salt out the pond. Now, it's 3%, so over the winter months, it's going to be slowly diluted until it gets to spring. And hopefully by spring, big water change will do. The fish will be in a lot better health by spring due to having salt in the pond, is what I have learned and what I have read and what I have listened to with a lot of koi experts out there. So that's good enough for me. Now, when spring finally comes, after these long harsh winters, if we do get one, because our winters are quite mild, but you never know, that's the koi at its weakest, most vulnerable point. You know, that's when parasites start to erupt. The temperature of the water rises and the fish's immune system hasn't had a chance to build up yet. So the salt gives them a right good chance. Because a lot of people lose fish in spring. I'm not saying it's anything to do with not having salt in their pond or anything like that, but people do lose fish due to the winter months and their low immune system. You know, if the fish isn't strong, it won't withstand the cold winter. So yeah, that's me. That's me on the salt issue. I mean, and also at 3%, it can fight some parasites off. I know it says that parasites are slowly becoming hardened to salt, you know, and that it doesn't work as well. But there's a fight there still.
What chemicals can't you use?
Yeah, when you've got salt in your pond, you can't use certain chemicals. You can't use formaldehyde. You can't use malachite green or formalin. Anything with those things in it would kill your fish straight away. So always read the label twice, 3 times. Make sure you don't put any treatments in if you've got...
Dump the salt straight into the pond then?
No, you can't dump the salt straight into the pond, as it could burn your fish. So you've got to make sure the pond's dissolved. Salt is dissolved first. It takes time. And add it gradually. They do reckon if you are going to go higher than 1%, to add 1% increase per day. So it doesn't shock your fish. It doesn't shock, you know, as it's getting added. So 3%, up a percent each day.
Does salt protect against fluke?
No, salt doesn't kill fluke. Now, but you can use certain chemicals for fluke with salt, as long as it's at a low dose. Again, read the instructions. I know fluke salt can be used with salt at a low dose, 0.03%. And I know fluke S, fluke M can be used with salt. So there is treatments you can use with salt, but obviously there's ones you can't. You know, if you've got sturgeon in your pond, for instance, they're good with salt. They're very, you know, they love salt. They don't mind at all. Whereas sturgeon obviously are funny with a lot of treatments. So, and the people I've spoke to who have salted the pond for a lot of years, they have had no trouble with parasites. Unlike us, who have had nothing but trouble with parasites all year. Hundreds of pounds later, trying to get rid of fluke, scraping fish, constantly having parasite issues. So, it's worth a go, I say, for us. So that's it really. I don't think I've...
What's the state of the grass like, Andrea?
Oh yeah, I've got to show you this. We took the plant out of the pond and it was this grass that was stuck in the corner in a floating planter. Well, it was manky. At the bottom of that root in there is black and horrible and smelly. So that won't have been doing the pond any good. But look how nice it looks from above. All fresh roots. You look underneath and it's black. You know I aren't good with plants round in ponds. I don't like them. I've decided. There's my watercress. I don't know why I've slung it in there. Probably because I don't like killing things. But yeah, so just be careful with plants. Always check the bottom of the roots. You know, like we didn't. Because that could be affecting your pond water if it's manky. I'm sure. But yeah, the fish seem happy anyway. They're swimming about. It's cold as well. The temperature is in this pond. It's about 57 degrees. I know that's the American way, but 57. But yeah, it's cold to touch. I know that. So yeah, that's it. We have
Very cold when it comes to cleaning them filters.
Yeah, when you get your arm in them filters. Oh, satisfying though. Yeah. At least we haven't got all them crawling bugs. Well, not as many anyway. I didn't like them in the summer. Thousands of the little things. Oof. Yeah, no way. That's it. So that's our little conversation about what we've learned from some knowledgeable people out there that I'm quite grateful for, actually. But yeah, I'll keep you updated on the salt adventure. So, see you later.
Thank you for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. See you on the next one.
Bye.